What's up, guys? This is Nightmare 10, and I'm trying to finally get this video up. Seems like I do it over and over again, and just isn't able to get out, or I ramble, or whatever. This is a response to True Slayers, so I'm not a wrestling fan now, and it's more not a response, but I just wanted to make a response to him because I'm talking about a lot of things that he's talking about. And also, I'm going to put a link in the side. Probably the best person I have found yet to explain why they do a star rating as far as matches goes, and that is Sanders Rodman. His video will be, I thought about making this a response to that, but his video will be in the description for sure, because I don't know if, I'm sure if you watch me, you probably watch Sanders Rodman, but if you don't know who it is, check him out. He's great, and especially with the star ratings, he definitely explained it. I just watched his video, and I definitely liked it, but don't want to make this too long. I just want to go off on how I feel about the star ratings. My biggest thing with star ratings, I just feel like it draws too much hate to someone that makes a star rating. Like if I make a match a 4-star match, and someone sees it only as like a 3, or maybe a 3.5, that's gonna be someone like, oh, you overrated it. Oh, you overrated it. And is it that serious, really? Like, I don't see the point in there being like someone being attacked over it, and that's why I really don't put it, because I don't want to be judged against other people's star ratings. I feel like if you just say your opinions on if you liked it, if you didn't like it, there's really no way you can be like, the only way to compare you to someone else is, oh, he liked it or he didn't like it. It's like, oh, he didn't like the match. Why didn't you like the match? I feel like with a star rating, if you give it a low rating, it's really hard to tell why you gave it a low rating. Of course, you can say that in your match, or in your in your actual video, but I feel like just expressing your views is a whole lot better than trying to rate matches. But that's my main problem with the star rating. But I'm beginning to see it more and understand it more because I have Netflix. This is the perfect example. And Netflix has a 4-star rating. I feel like that's limited. I really do, because I feel like a movie that I have a lot of movies rated 3 stars. But there's a lot of movies that are better than 3 stars, and there's also ones that aren't quite 3 stars that should be, like a 2.8 or 2.5. And I know that's really hard to sit there and say, well, this is better than this, blah blah blah. And I think the biggest problem with ratings in general is the fact that you always compare it to something else. Like, when you see a match, you're always going to compare it to something else. You're not just going to be like, oh, I like that match, and give it a 4, but then you look and you gave some other match a 3 that you enjoyed better. Like, I feel like it's really hard to stay consistent with your ratings. For the most part, True Slayer, Sanders Rodman, Big Rat 310, a lot of those, they do stay consistent. So I'm not hating on any of those guys, but I feel like for me, it would be really hard to stay consistent by just not looking back at other stuff. I would feel like I would rate, before I could rate a match, I would have to go back and make sure I don't rate it over matches that I like better than this one. And I feel like that's like too much work. I don't know if I'm really making any sense, but I'm just trying to say, like, I feel like by just saying it's good or whether it's not good, you're not overrating it or you're not underrating it. You're just saying you liked it and whatever. But I do understand what Sanders Rodman said about how his video, or not his video, how his ratings, he wants to give it, give his thoughts on the ratings because he doesn't get to talk a lot about it. So if he is able to just say this match is good, blah blah blah, you see his rating compared to his other ratings, you'll see that he liked that match more or less or about equal amount of compared to his other matches. So that's my deal with it. I don't know how well this is coming off, but I really just didn't want to talk a whole lot about it. Like I said, my main concern is I feel like more hate is put upon someone that puts overrates a match or underrates a match, versus if they just said the match was good, okay, awesome, whatever. I feel like they're going to get more criticism because of their rating versus their opinion itself. So that's my problem with the ratings. I don't know if I really explained myself very well. If I didn't, let me know and I'll try to do it again. I don't know. But one more thing I want to add before this video is over. A lot of people on True Slayer's video, and the point of True Slayer's video, because he had to make it, was the fact that people will call her an analyst. They're calling us the fact that we're analyzing stuff more and we're not being a fan. So here's my thing about that. It's just gonna be quick, so this video isn't too long. But my thing about being that analyst, when you see sports analysts, and I want to be a sports analyst, so this should be definitely, you know, something for me. That's part of my dream. But sports analysts, you know, have to talk about stuff in an unbiased way. They will say their opinions on who they think they're a better team, but they use that mainly. It's based on facts of why that team's better, why that team is going to beat this team. Yes, it's opinions in a way, but they can't be biased towards another team. Like, I'm a huge Patriots fan. As an analyst, I couldn't be on TV picking the Patriots regardless if they're good or not. And that's what an analyst is. They're going to analyze who's the better team, and not all the time is there. I mean, pretty much, you know, it's just going to be whatever it is. The team that's better is the one that they pick, or that they feel obviously has the, you know, the more talented team. With a fan, the fan is going to always go to their, you know, like, I'm a Patriots fan. They're going to go to their Patriots in the clutch because they feel like the Patriots can get the job done regardless if the Colts look better, or if the Saints look better, or the Steelers look better. And I feel like with wrestling, it's kind of the same thing. I feel like people, I'm regrouping here. I feel like when you see a match, or, you know, you're watching a show, if you're a fan of the show, you're gonna want to come on and talk about it and want it to get better. If you're just an analyst, you're just gonna sit there and say, okay, this is what went on in the show, moving on to next week's Raw, or moving on to an Impact, or whatever. Instead, we're on here talking about, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? You know, I don't think, like I said, I'm trying to get it out. I think a fan asks more of the question, why? And not, you know, an analyst more just kind of says, this is what went on in the show, this didn't really work, that didn't work, let's move on. And I feel like a fan is going to keep talking about it. A fan's going to drill it. You know, they're going to be like, you know, why is this not working? They're going to stick with it. They're going to come on here and say that something's awesome, you know, or whatever. So, like I said, I don't know if I'm really explaining myself. My thing is, we're not analysts. There's a difference in an analyst who takes an unbiased opinion out of it versus a biased opinion for it. And when I'm saying, like, we all come in here like, oh, you're a TNA mark, you're a WWE mark, whatever. Point is, when you're making a decision, you're going to be biased because your opinion is that TNA is not doing good, or your opinion is that WWE is the better product, whatever. You have an opinion about that, and that comes out when you're talking about stuff. So, an analyst, if they're going to analyze WWE versus TNA, they're going to see what TNA is doing, and ratings, TV ratings are going to be a whole lot more important. And they are important to a fan, but I think that if TNA was doing good on TV, I really wouldn't care what the rating was. And that's the truth. I don't care if TNA got a 0.6. If what they're putting on is good, you know, I would hope that I would try to, you know, promote it, try to make sure that people watch it because they need to get better than a 0.6. So, I mean, in a sense, I do care about the rating. But I think an analyst would care more about the rating because, okay, TNA doesn't even need to be talked about because they're not even close to WWE in the rating. When a fan would be like, no, we want TNA to get up there in the rating. So I don't know if I'm going to explain myself right. I don't know how long this video will be. But anyways, I'm out. Hope you guys understand. If not, comment, whatever. We can get on Skype. I don't care. Anything. Just let me know. All right. Hope you guys understand. Peace.